Hello there, Hollywood Times viewers. Today we welcome country singer-songwriter Ian Flanagan. Hey Ian, how you doing?
Hey, good morning. Doing well. How are you doing?
Doing good. It's pretty. We got some nice weather here in Hollywood. Where
Oh
you?
yeah.
Yeah, where are you calling in from?
Nashville. So the weather, it's actually raining today. So I'm gonna try to see some California weather tomorrow. We'll be in San Diego.
You're coming down to San Diego?
Coming down to San Diego tomorrow, should be there around 10:30 your time.
What brings you down here?
We have a quick show. We're just there for a day and then we're flying back. So it's always fun.
Well, there you go. Well, welcome back when you come back.
No, thanks.
First off, I just wanted to tell our viewers and all of the world out there, country music needs a voice like yours. It's an amazing voice, and thank you for coming to country music.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. That really means a lot. Thank you.
Yeah, it was fun watching you on that show you were on a few years
Oh
back.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
whatever that
know.
show's called.
Oh, just that little thing. Yeah.
No.
No, the voice was a huge, awesome experience for me. So thank you for watching.
Oh yeah, it was great. It was really good, and I had you all the ways, but things happen. But look at you today.
Hey. I'm grateful. It's really one of those things, those TV shows, you have no idea what's going on, what's gonna happen. You just gotta roll with it.
Well, we'll talk about that a little bit in a little bit. But I was reading where you were kind of referred to as a cross between Joe Cocker and Chris Stapleton. What is that like hearing that?
Yeah, I gotta say, I started singing when I was a kid and I've been touring since I was 17. And I always had a kind of a raspier voice. And I love Joe Cocker. Chris Stapleton is an idol of mine, and along with every other songwriter in the world. So it's those are pretty huge comparisons. So I'm just gonna say thank you. But I think it's probably the raspy thing, I guess.
Well, that's what we love about your voice. It's so cool.
Oh, thanks.
So let's talk about, let's see, you have a single and a video. It's got like 2 million, is it plays they call it now, streaming?
Yeah, just streaming. Oh yeah. So after the show, I got a call from Reviver Music, which is now my label, and David Ross over there. He and I kind of got together to release a single. I had this song "Grow Up" and another one or two songs that I had that we were going through between picking, and I sent them out to Blake Shelton, and I was like, "Hey man, what do you think of these songs?" And he wrote back, he's like, "Man, I love that Grow Up song, would love to jump on it with you." And he was kind enough to feature on it. So Blake is singing on this song, Grow Up. And then recently we got to record a insane music video out in Kansas City with Art Class and Vincent Peone, and Eric Roberts is starring in it. So it's just like, I don't know, I'm just so grateful for all these amazing opportunities.
I know, I saw the video, I'm watching, I'm like, is that Eric Roberts? That is so
Yeah,
cool.
he's awesome. He and Eliza are just super, super amazing, down to earth, and really lovely people. And he's so talented. I mean, that guy just came in and made the whole thing happen.
Yeah, very well done.
Well, thank you. That's all Vincent and Art Class too. I'm just grateful to be learning from these guys.
Oh, yeah, the whole storyline, it was really great, and the stuff is breaking out. It's like, what's going to happen now with this bingo match?
Yeah. Oh, I know. It's nuts.
And was the band wearing scrubs?
We were in scrubs. Yeah, I wore green scrubs, like we were working at the senior citizen home, and the band was all in scrubs, and I think one was in like a doctor outfit
Yeah.
though. So we made it work. It was awesome.
Well, I always like to talk about, we have you, the singer, songwriter, but you also have your band. Let's talk about the band for a little bit.
Oh yeah. Yeah, right now, a band these days is hard because with COVID, it's like you want to keep them on the road, but a lot of what we do is flying out here and there. And because our ground tours haven't been back since COVID yet. So a lot of what I do is hang out with my band. I got Kaylee Moyer on drums, Phil Anthony on bass, and Chris Hara on guitar. Sometimes there's we just worked in a new guy, Kyle Pudens, who's like a mandolin fiddle player. They're like top players in Nashville, really, really grateful and lucky to have them by my side, and just really hardworking, dedicated musicians. We're all obsessed with songwriting and trying to bring the best show to people. So it's like a little family, and we just, about to go pick them up at 3 a.m. tonight. So they're probably not, they don't love me in the morning, but then we have a good time when we get to the show.
Well, it was pretty awesome to see a girl playing the drums. That was like, hey, wait a minute, let's back that up.
Oh yeah, no, she's awesome. But I mean, mainly she's just a great drummer, and she rocks out really hard, and really lucky to have her.
Well, I hope to see you live one of these days when you're not going to be able to get down to San Diego, but next time you're out here, it'd be great to.
Oh, definitely. We'll swing up and come say hey.
All right. So now another single and video is Under a Southern Sky. That's an amazing song as well. Let's talk about that one.
Oh, thank you. Under a Southern Sky is just a straightforward summer feel-good anthem, just kind of celebrating all the things on a hometown Friday night. You're going out feeling good with the people you love. And that song is it's really just a high energy, trying to make a rockin' good time. We love playing it live, and people have been really responding well to it.
Also share with us, I was reading a story about a new chapter in your life back in fall of 2019, where you and your partner and daughter just like sold all your things, bought a Winnebago. I have one too, so cool. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
What inspired you to do that?
Well, we'd always talked about it. I'm a van guy. I've always kind of had as a musician, you're always, either you need a van or you're living in a van. That's pretty much the way it works. And I've done both for a long time. My family, we were a very independent music family at the time. My fiance, Ayla, was also a huge part of our company. We started Nightcap Entertainment, and she was my manager for a long time. And also art, she does a lot of art directing, video. And our daughter, Kamea, we were homeschooling her. And that previous year, Ayla got in a car accident. And the long story short, she needed to have 2 spinal fusions. And it was really scary times. Life is short. And one of the things we realized is that, money was getting tight. She's healing. Life is short. Winter's coming. I live in upstate New York, which is just like 8 months of winter and brutal cold. And it's terrible for music. So we just made the call, and we were like, you know what, let's sell everything. Let's go for it. Let's make a music career of our own. We had a yard sale with the whole village. We were selling, we sold a car, we sold everything we had. And we found this really old, perfectly kept van Winnebago in Pennsylvania from a guy named Frank. And we moved in, and literally we lived in the driveway for a month to figure it out. Had some leaks, had some little things. And then we basically just packed up and we went out to the desert in Arizona just to leave New York, because it was like snowing, Thanksgiving. It's like that's snow, and then we'll see you in May,
Yeah.
So we were out, we went straight to the Sonoran Desert. And what we would do is we would work at campgrounds or state parks in a trade for a free place to stay. And then from that spot, I towed a car and I would drive out to random spots for shows. And that's how we lived for quite a while, up until recently, actually. So it's been a beautiful journey.
So that's what your family did during the pandemic then? You were like...
Yeah, during the pandemic, we did get, it's funny to think about being fortunate during such a hard time, we were in a trailer park, I think Texas T in Lewisburg, Tennessee, and I was working there in trade for a free place to stay. And we had just gotten off an Austin City Limits gig. It was a really, really great part of our tour. And instantly got back to Nashville. Tornado hit East Nashville, and COVID was just wiping tours off the map. So we lost about a year's worth of work, and it was very ominous, to say the least. And my last show was a open mic at the Mercy Lounge in in Nashville. And it ended up being a scouting opportunity for The Voice. And after it was just an open mic thing. And afterwards in the green room, I had my family with me, and he said that we'd love to have you as an alternate for the show. So I really came in as an alternate. And that was in case anybody, I guess, got sick or something. But, one thing led to another. And I ended up staying there pretty much the whole pandemic. For the next 8 months of my life was voice stuff. While my girls, I parked them down in Florida, and they were kind of just hanging out doing homeschooling stuff out down there.
Wow. Yeah, because you guys didn't have an audience during that time, right? Like a
No
live audience.
audience. We were totally like quarantined people. We would quarantine for like a week. Like when we first got there, we quarantined for like a straight up month. But
Wow.
after that, we'd go do something and then quarantine. And to be honest, for me, I actually really enjoyed the fact that it was such a direct performance to the coaches.
Yeah.
Now, in those shows, there's always like 100 people working. They're just all dressed in black and like behind the scenes with their microphones, you know?
Okay.
But yeah, so there's a lot of people there, but there was no audience for our season. They were all on a projector screen. So there
Yeah,
was
yeah.
just
That was cool.
thousands of faces. This was all, I mean, very creative, very cool.
Very cool. Yeah, I just wondered how that all worked with the show, and that's pretty exciting.
It was awesome. I mean, they're really cool. And I think that the production crew for The Voice on NBC is just like, they're like a small army. They're amazing.
Oh, good. Thanks for sharing that. Also, I always wanted to know about you play guitar. When did you learn to play guitar? How old were you?
Uh, I mean, I guess I'm still learning, but it was just probably like 11 was when I really started taking it serious. You know,
Yeah.
like I think by the time I was 13, that was like my goal in life. So
And how about your first song? Do you remember what your first song was and how old you were?
yeah, my parents got me like an old I think it might have been like a Tascam like 8-track recorder. You know, it
Wow.
wasn't it wasn't tape, but it was like, you know, SD card.
Got
You
it.
just sit there with your microphone and kind of you have to like rewind and cut back in. I know that there's like 20 little kid songs, you know, they wouldn't hit the radio right now, but they were they were my humble beginnings.
Yeah. And so these songs grow up under Southern Skies. Are these co-written or written by you?
So these three have other songwriters on them from when I
Okay,
was coming off the show.
got it.
I can send you a list so I don't spell or say any of the names
Yeah, yeah.
wrong.
Sounds good.
But the best part is these songs got me a publishing deal in Nashville. So now I'm writing with some of them, and
Okay,
that's what I do living in Nashville full time.
great. And then what's your inspiration for writing? Has it been like your travels?
Um, it's really a little bit of everything. I've been writing for so long now that I do like to write with like an intention behind it. Where I think in the beginning I was just writing anything that was kind of clever or exciting at all. Where now I really do sit down and I try to like make a story, try to make an energy, try to create something for in a purpose, you know. So right now it's just a lot of people, lives, and traveling that I'm really inspired by.
Cool. Who are your mentors?
My biggest mentor, you know, coming from the upstate New York, I'm in the Hudson Valley town called Saugerties. So we're really about 4 miles away from Woodstock, New York, where like Levon Helm and the Midnight Ramble is, and like Big Pink and like Bob Dylan and all this history has been. And I gotta say, the mentors in my life have all been other local musicians. You know, I grew up idolizing a lot of bands in my hometown that were just like some of the best world-class musicians there are, like Joey Epper, the band Three. I played in a country band, the Paul Luke Band, for 7 years growing up and coming up in my 20s. Just so much rich history and talent in my hometown that I was really inspired there. And my guitar teacher, Chuck Masasi, he still teaches me now. So been with him since I was 11. He's like you know, like family.
Oh man, and that's great. That's great to hear that that's your type of mentors. You know, it's an answer you don't always expect. So thanks for sharing.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, there's tons of great music out there. I just, you know, when you grow up in a really interesting music scene, you're always trying to be a part of that scene. So
Yeah.
everything involved there, that's your world. And that's kind of like, that's my life.
And so who are your like country heroes, or who would you like to do a duet with, female and male?
Man, you know, I really love you know, I've been so fortunate to work with Blake, really love Blake, but I gotta say like Jamie Johnson, um, you know, I love him. I think he's super talented and just the way he delivers things, just it's just him, you know, he's super unique, really individual people, obviously like Chris Stapleton and all these guys out here. Jimmy Allen, he's one of my favorite country guys right now. There's just so many, you know. I got into country really through people like Blaze Foley and the songwriters that were like the Texas songwriters really got me into it. You know, like George Strait songs and
Yeah.
Towns Van Zandt. I was in the folk songwriting circuit of my life for the first like 12 years of it. And those heroes are very in line with country. So I don't know. That's such a time old question.
Yeah. It's always, we have so many, I'm born and raised on country music, so it's just have so many heroes and favorites and, so.
What's your favorite all-time country song then?
Well, He Stopped Loving Her Today.
Yeah.
By George Jones. I mean, that's just kills me. I just love it. And my favorite all time, it was Merle Haggard. And I was fortunate to interview him a couple of times. So it was the biggest amazing thing for me. So yeah. And I really like Jimmy Allen and this one singer, his name is Ian Flanagan. Oh my God. He's like really,
oh my gosh,
I really like him. And I'm just like going to start like downloading all his music. And I can't wait to get a real CD from him.
Oh yes. Well, we'll send you one as soon as they are printed.
But yeah, so you also have Last Name on it. They say it's coming out June 17th? Is that your third
June
single?
17th. Yeah, brand new, coming out. Really excited. I wrote this with Ryan Rossabo and Barrett Baber out here in Nashville. It's just like a really fun love song about getting engaged. And yeah, it's really fun. It's just about feeling good for a minute and like kind of being lighthearted about the whole thing. So I can't wait for you to hear it. It is June 17th going to be released.
Great. And then you actually have a new album that's going to be coming out when, in September?
Yeah, full length record. It is done, in the can. We are just waiting to we're rolling it out. And I can't thank Reviver enough for being the label behind this whole thing, and all the producers and artists involved are top of the world. Craig Alvin, Todd Lombardo, and just like an army of humans have gotten behind this record, and it's just amazing. And I think September 2nd is our street date for that.
Oh, so cool. And how many songs will you have on that debut album?
That's going to be 11. So
11.
It's 11 songs. Yep.
Cool. So when it gets closer to that coming out, I like to talk to the artists about each and every song. So we'll have that interview when come probably in August. While you do that one.
That would be amazing. Thank you. I would love that.
Well, anything else you want to cover with us today? Like your social handles?
Yeah, social handles is probably a smart one these days. It's everything. Mine is all just Ian _Flanagan, IanFlanaganMusic.com. Right now, I'm just doing I'm doing like a whole new series of stuff on TikTok and just having fun with all this social media stuff. So go follow me. Let's be friends. And thank you so much for your time.
Very good. All right. Well, thank you for calling in and talking to us. And we look forward to we're looking forward to the new one, Last Name on it, coming out in June 17th. Your album will be out September 2nd. But we will be talking to you, keeping up with your great career.
Well, thank you so much. Looking forward to the next time.
Us too. Thanks.